Welcome everyone to the Ruwad 2020 conference where we promote and support entrepreneurship in the state of Qatar. Today I'll be talking about the role of Qatar Fintech Hub in developing a sustainable fintech economy in the state of Qatar. Let's start with Qatar. Qatar is a country with largely untapped potential in terms of ecosystem development. Qatar National Vision 2030, which was designed to promote diversification of the economy to gradually reduce Qatar's dependence on hydrocarbon. The aim of the Qatar National Vision is to transform Qatar in an advanced society which is capable of sustainable development by 2030. The idea behind the Qatar National Vision 2030 is to create a knowledge-based economy which is characterized by innovation, entrepreneurship, excellence in education, a world-class infrastructure, and transparency. Qatar National Vision describes and defines a long-term vision for the country and provides a framework in which national strategies can be implemented in the state of Qatar. When we talk about the different development themes which were put forward as part of the Qatar National Vision, you can see technology and telecoms play a very important role. And this is where the Qatar Fintech Hub comes in, where I'll be talking more about it today. Qatar has always had a strong heritage when it comes to the financial sector, and fintech is the natural frontier for us in this space. Fintech presents a unique opportunity to further consolidate Qatar's position in the global financial landscape. If you talk about Qatar, it has a penetration of more than 99% when we talk about internet. It's one of the lowest, Qatar has one of the lowest corporate tax in the world. We have one of the highest per capita GDP in the world. If you combine all of these together, Qatar becomes a very attractive destination for fintechs. And this is the reason why we have come up with a Qatar National Strategy, which is aligned to the Qatar National Vision 2030. In terms of the summary of what are some of the key objectives, it's all about enabling the vision of the Qatar national initiatives, whether it's the World Cup, whether it's TASMO, and to be able to promote a fintech-friendly economy. It's all about making sure that Qatar has a global competitive advantage when it comes to financial service sector, and we make sure that we are providing that sort of platform to the fintechs and the local entrepreneurs who are part of the ecosystem. We are solving not only local and regional, but global challenges which are set ahead in front of us. Most importantly, we are collaborating to make sure that we are giving meaningful solutions to not only consumers in the state of Qatar, but the tourists, people who are coming and visiting our country, and making sure that they are given solutions and they are given opportunity to have business and promote the state of Qatar. Keeping that in mind, as Qatar marches towards achieving the Qatar National Vision 2030, we came up with a number of initiatives which we can see in the middle of the screen. Qatar Fintech Hub is one of the many initiatives which was considered as part of the overall national fintech agenda. We also have the regulatory sandbox, which is will be managed and run by QCB, Qatar Central Bank. We have the fintech licensing program, which is managed by Qatar Financial Center. And then we have other programs, which includes the setup of the fintech department in QCB and the payments regulation. The Qatar Fintech Hub specifically is dedicated to offer the first Qatar's specialized incubator and accelerator program, which targets entrepreneurs with innovative and cutting-edge fintech ideas. Considering that, we have designed different programs, which I'll tell you more about in the coming slides. When we talk about the vision of Qatar Fintech Hub, the purpose is to support the development of the fintech industry in the state of Qatar and in the region and globally. Qatar Fintech Hub also brings together talented entrepreneurs, investors, and enablers to develop disruptive technologies so their visions can become a reality. The objective of the Fintech Hub, of the Qatar Fintech Hub, is to facilitate collaboration amongst its participants and stakeholders of the fintech ecosystem in the country. Moving ahead, when we designed the Qatar Fintech Hub, we had six things in mind. It's about providing market access to the fintechs and entrepreneurs who want to become a part of the ecosystem. Is to provide a test bed where they can come and the regulators are there to support in terms of any experiments, in terms of proof of concepts, which they want to do. Providing capital support to our fintechs and entrepreneurs to make sure that they are successful. Giving them real life challenges in the form of whether it's cashless FIFA, whether it's shared KYC utilities or digital currencies. providing them a fintech-focused ecosystem, which means giving them fintech special visas, giving them regulatory support, giving them opportunities to come and provide demo of their solutions, and most importantly, ease of doing business, i.e. reducing the barrier to entry in the market, giving them 100% foreign ownership, subsidized IP, intellectual property registration, and giving them an efficient tax structure. To do this, we went and we studied what are the global fintech hubs doing. We make sure that we learn from their mistakes and from their successes. We have not only considered regional, but if you see on the screen, we went ahead and studied global fintech hubs. And the aim was to facilitate and make sure that we develop partnerships with these fintech hubs. So far, we have partnered up with more than 12 fintech hubs globally. This ranges from Australia, Singapore, India, Turkey, and other countries which you will see on the screen. We work with them very closely. We work with them on social media promotions, on different programs, which includes hackathons, webinars, etc. Qatar Fintech Hub also focuses on talent acquisition from the established fintech hubs and the different markets which you see on the screen. In addition to that, partnership and building a sustainable ecosystem of alliances is very important for Qatar Fintech Hub. So far, we have signed up MOUs with more than 50 entities from all over the world. Some of the names which you can see on the screen includes our local regulators and financial services partners in the state of Qatar. We also have the big techs with the likes of Microsoft, SAP. We also have the payment service providers like Visa, MasterCard, Swift, R3. We are also working with a number of players from the academic industry, with the universities from all over the world. We have partners from legal industry. We have partners from investor industry. We have partnerships with the likes of Amazon and the other names which you see on the screen. I would like to explain a little bit more in terms of who are the key stakeholders part of the fintech ecosystem in Qatar. QCB serves as an orchestrator for the whole fintech ecosystem, including acting as a leading force behind the national fintech agenda. They also facilitate and collaborate between all stakeholders in overseeing and implementing the execution of the programs. QCB is also a regulator between all stakeholders, which includes making sure that the regulations are developed and on time. They also make sure that they are operating the fintech ecosystem, the fintech sandbox. QDB and QFC serve as a sector developer by supporting the national fintech agenda. Moving on, we will talk a little bit about the Wave 1, which has been focused mainly on the payments program. It's also important to know that although we are focusing on payments, but we also have other key elements, which includes the like of RegTech, Islamic finance, SMEs, which are going to be developed as part of the program. I'm very proud to say that as part of Wave 1, the Fintech Hub received more than 750 applications from all over the world. The applications came from more than 72 countries. As part of this, we also went through a very rigorous process where we selected the most capable, the right fintechs for our programs. Right now, we are going through the incubation and acceleration programs, and I'll talk to you more about that in the coming slides. Just so you know, the session is being translated in Arabic as well. If you'd like to press the globe button at the bottom of your screen, you can listen to the session in Arabic. In terms of the value propositions which we are offering to the fintechs as part of the program, again, we make sure that we offer our fintechs an ability to not only participate in the program, but to make sure that they gain as much as possible. Qatar Fintech Hub programs offers an amazing value proposition for the participating fintechs who are looking to grow in Qatar. This includes financial support. We are going to offer fintechs cash and in-kind support. Now, there are different models which we have come up with, and we are going to explain much more in detail as we go on. We are going to provide them access to top industry global mentors. We have over 33 mentors, which we have carefully selected from all over the world. These mentors come from different backgrounds, whether it's financial services, startups, investor ecosystem, payments, entrepreneurs, and they will work hand in hand with our fintechs to make sure that they are provided the sort of guidance which they need as part of their localization in the state of Qatar. We are also going to provide the fintechs access to the local markets, which includes the financial institutions and the different financial players in the industry. For this, we are going to set, and we are running as we speak, dedicated business development sessions with the various banks, whether it's QIB, QNB. I'm not going to name all of the banks, but we are running these dedicated business development sessions where fintechs get an opportunity to pitch their solutions directly to the banks, to the sponsors, the right stakeholders, and then we have follow-up sessions with them as well. We are also going to set separate demo sessions towards the end of the program, where the fintechs will have an opportunity to present their solutions to a broader range of investors and banks. Last week, the Qatar Fintech Hub also participated in the Hong Kong Fintech Week. We were one of the delegates. We took with us 10 fintechs. We made more than 400 connections as part of this initiative last week. We met a number of entrepreneurs from all over the world. So it's a very good opportunity. It was a very good opportunity for our fintechs as well to meet people from different parts of the world. Moving on, we are going to provide them market access globally, which means we are connecting our local fintechs and the fintechs who are participating in our program with global stakeholders. As you saw on the previous screens, this includes big tech partnerships, investors globally. We are also going to interact with different global fintech hubs, which we have signed MOUs with, and they will get an opportunity to work with different banks as well. We're going to provide our fintechs logistic supports. I think this is important, specifically once we are out of the COVID situation, where we are going to fast track their Qatar IDs so they can travel to Qatar. We are going to provide them free office space from where they can operate. We are going to provide them co-working space for a period of 1 year in collaboration with the QFC and QDB. We're going to provide them access to capital, which is not only restricted to what we are investing in, but we're going to give them an opportunity to go and raise investments outside the program. We are also participating in the investor forum, which is happening during the first week of December, where the fintechs will get an opportunity to talk to investors from all over the country. Regulatory support, as I mentioned, we work very closely with Qatar Central Bank. So we are going to make sure that the fintechs are provided the right sort of guidance, whether it's on compliance, on legal, on any matter which is related to making sure that they're doing the right thing and they have the right support in order to move forward. Commercial establishment. So we work very closely with QFC, Qatar Financial Center. They are the licensing authority. So we make sure that any fees which entails to the setting up of licenses is waived off for year one. We're also going to provide, as I mentioned, all sort of support when it comes to visas and making sure that the companies are localized in Qatar. I will talk a little bit more specifically around the programs which we have set up for the fintechs who will participate in Qatar Fintech Hub. The incubator program is mainly targeted for early stage startups. If you see this year, we have on the screen the logos of the fintechs who have been selected as part of the incubator program. Majority of them are from Qatar. We do have some international fintechs from Australia, UK, and Russia who are participating in the incubator as well. The accelerator program is mainly targeted more towards more mature fintechs. If you see the names on the screen, most of the fintechs in this screen are mainly from our international ecosystem. We do have Ariba, which is a localized firm. But as I mentioned, our aim is to make sure that every firm, every fintech who participates in our program, no matter from where they are in the world, we localize them, we provide them all the support they need to set up in Qatar and in the region as well. Talent development, this is a very important part. Throughout the program, we have arranged a number of business development sessions for the banks. We have arranged a number of master classes on different topics, whether it comes to entrepreneurship, sustainability, business development, marketing, blockchain. So as we go on, we are going to arrange different sessions for fintechs. As I mentioned earlier, we have also partnered up with more than 30 mentors throughout the world. So we have paired up the fintechs with a mentor, where a mentor will be dedicated to a fintech. They will provide them guidance based on their experience. And we have a dedicated team based out of Qatar as well, who provides all sort of guidance to our fintechs. Hackathons, we ran our first hackathon earlier this year, back in June, July, where we received more than 100 applications, and we had set 3 challenges as part of that. The winners of the hackathons were given a direct entry into the incubation program. Master classes, I talked about it, but the broader agenda on learning and development is very important for the state of Qatar. We are developing an L&D agenda with partnership with the different universities, where we are going to provide courses not only to the entrepreneurs, but to the general public as well. The idea is to spread awareness, is to make sure that the students, make sure that the people who work in the financial services industry, they understand fintech and they can be part of a sustainable ecosystem as we move on. The Qatar Fintech Hub is also going to publish a white paper, which will be done as part of the demo day in December, where we're going to highlight our journey so far, what we have achieved, what are our plans, and the focus will be on wave 1, which was on payments. As we go on, I would like to spend a little bit more time on the global partnerships which we have developed. I think I just moved on quite quickly on this part. We have partnered up with around 12 fintech hubs globally. This plays a very important role in the ecosystem, in a sustainable ecosystem which we are developing in Qatar. And it also helps us in understanding what went right, what went wrong as part of the different global fintech hubs. And then we customize it to Qatar to make sure that the facilities, the options which we are providing to our fintechs is aligned to their needs in the country. Let's take an example. So for example, we work very closely with the Singapore Fintech Association, which is one of the most mature fintech association we have. We work with them on different initiatives around promoting Qatar Fintech Hub in Singapore, making sure that the fintechs established in Singapore have an opportunity to come and pitch their products in Qatar. To make sure that the solutions which are much more matured in Singapore, we understand the life cycle, we understand how they have gone through their life cycle, what they have implemented. Similarly, if you take an example of UK, we work with a number of hubs in the UK where we understand what kind of regulations are in place in the country, what is their roadmap when it comes to open banking, PSD2, how they are implementing these solutions. We also work with our partners in Lebanon, in Nigeria, to make sure that we are learning from what they're doing on the wider space. And on mutually, we also share our experience once we have gone through the programs, what we have learned so far. And it also gives an opportunity to the local fintechs who are in the state of Qatar to go and promote their products and their solutions to these global partners. I have discussed this earlier, but I think the request was to emphasize a little bit more on the local partnerships which we have developed with the banks. So we have signed up MOUs with most of the financial institutions in Qatar, whether it's banks. We're also in the process of signing MOUs with the insurance firms. And the idea is to make sure that the banks understand how the fintech ecosystem operates. We are going to develop proof of concepts through the various business development sessions which we are running to make sure that the banks have an equal opportunity to partner up with the fintechs to make sure that these solutions are rolled out in the market, they have a proper proof of concept, and the benefits are transferred to the consumers. This slide, which we have, which we discussed previously on the Qatar Fintech Task Force. If you see on the rightmost side of the screen, we have a Qatar Fintech Task Force, which is chaired by the CEO of QDB, who is also the chairman of the Fintech Task Force, where we have 17 members today. The role is to make sure that we are aligned at a state level. We are collaborating, we understand what's the purpose, what are the needs of the fintech in the country, and to make sure that all our participants are on the same page and we are promoting and collaborating the various efforts. With this, I would like to move on to the last screen where I would like to invite you to follow our channels. to make sure that you are collaborating at the various events we have organized at different forums. We do a number of webinars. We have successfully completed 2 webinars as well. The third webinar, which we are planning, is with our partners in Australia, Headquarters. The focus will be on promoting Qatar-Australia bilateral relationships, specifically when it comes to fintech. We also have an investor forum planned for December. We are going to announce our demo days, which are also planned for December. Most importantly, we are going to announce our Wave 2 of programs later this month, so stay tuned for that. The Wave 2 programs will run in 2021, and a focus area will be very different to what we have in the space of payments this time. With this, I would like to thank you all for listening to me today. I have received some questions, which I will go to now. One of the questions which I have received is, how can I participate in the program? I'm not based out of Qatar. So the programs, the incubator and accelerator programs, are mostly open to all our entrepreneurs, whether they are local or where they are international. You don't have to be in the state of Qatar to be part of the program. Everything in Wave 1 this year is executed virtually. So you have an opportunity to participate in the program from wherever you are in the world. For Wave 2, as I mentioned, we will announce the programs towards the later end of November. And our plan is to see and monitor the situation, because we are planning to run the program in March, April time next year for Wave 2. So depending on how the situation is globally, we will take a decision if we are going to run the program virtually or we will have a physical program next year. Another question I've received is, during the COVID pandemic, are fintechs participating in the Fintech Hub virtually? Yeah, thanks, Amir. So yes, this year, all fintechs are participating in the programs virtually. We are using technology which is provided by our partners, Microsoft, who is also one of our key sponsors. And we are making sure that all the events are executed at the right time. And we are doing everything virtually, whether it's hackathons, whether it's webinars, whether it's master classes, L&D sessions, business development sessions, everything is conducted virtually this year. And so far, alhamdulillah, everything is going very good. What will be the concentration for then which month? So there's a question from Mr. Abdul Rahman. What will be the focus of Wave 2 and which month it will be? So Abdul Rahman, we are in the final stages of getting approvals on the focus areas for Wave 2. And depending on once we have the approvals, we are planning to announce it via press release towards the end of this month. Like we did for Wave 1, we will announce the press release through media, but we will also be announcing it through our social media channels. We will also run a hackathon earlier next year so that entrepreneurs from all over the world can participate in the programs as well. But as I mentioned, once we have announced Wave 2 focus areas, we will also open our application channels. Earlier this year for Wave 1, it was very competitive. We received more than, as I mentioned earlier, more than 750 applications, and we have only selected 25 out of that. So my only advice to the entrepreneurs is make sure that you are filling your applications wisely, provide as much information as you can when it comes to the various sections we have in the application. The team is always available. You can always get in touch with us. You can directly approach me, or you have the email address on the screen. The team will be able to guide you, but make sure that you are filling in all the required information in the application. You are providing us with all the relevant data, whether it comes to investment, your solutions, the demo videos, how are you, what's your business plan, etc. And this helps us evaluate the right candidates and bring them in. In terms of dates, once we have announced the program, we will switch on our application program, which will run, which we will keep the applications on for a month of 2 months, for a period of 2 months, like we did last time. So we are expecting, inshallah, from December 1st till the end of January 2021, we will have our applications open. Once we have gone through all the applications, we will have a selection round. After that, what we do is the top 50 applications are selected, and then we get an opportunity for the fintechs to present the solutions in front of a jury panel. This year for Wave 1, the jury panel was made up of our fintech partners, our ecosystem partners like Visa, MasterCard, some of the banks, Supreme Committee, QCB, QDB, QFC. And once they have scored the different solutions, we will go ahead and select our finalists who will participate in the program. So we are looking at around March, April sort of start for Wave 2. So that's what we have planned for next year. Any other solution, any other questions, guys? Please, you can pop them in the Q&A section. I will be more than happy to answer that now, or you can always get in touch with us. But do, the Ruad forum is, the conference is open for the whole week. Do participate in the various events. The theme is sustainability this year, and there are very interesting topics throughout the week. We have another fintech related presentation, which I believe is happening on Thursday, so stay tuned to that as well. I am getting a message that there are a few more questions in the chat box, so let me just find that. Okay. Okay, so I have a few more questions here in the chat window. Okay, so someone is messaged that they are first venture studio. How can we collaborate and work together? We work closely. So guys, look, as I mentioned, we have a partnership. We have signed a partnership with more than 50 different players in the market, and we always welcome any new partners, alliance partner we can collaborate with. So the email address, which I showed earlier, info@fintech.qa. Please drop us an email. We have a team of some really good people, and we will get in touch on how we can basically partner up with you. We are always looking for new partners. We are also planning a fintech event, inshallah, next year. So it will be good to see if we can partner up and we can work together. Can I participate if I don't have a Qatari partner? Yes, sure. You don't need a Qatari partner to participate. We will help you with the setup of your firm in the state of Qatar. So please do get in touch if you have any questions on how you will be localized as part of the program, and the team can help you with that. We, as I mentioned on our accelerator this year, except one, all fintechs are from our international. They're not in Qatar. Okay, guys, I think I've answered all the questions. As I mentioned earlier, please do get in touch if you have any questions on the Qatar Fintech Hub, on the fintech programs which are happening in the country. If you're interested in partnering up with us, or if you're interested in developing a solution as well, we can help you with that. Most of the fintechs, most of the entrepreneurs who are part of the incubator program are early stage fintechs. We're also going to run a very specific L&D program starting very soon, where we're going to provide trainings and different programs for the entrepreneurs. How can I enter the coming meetings? There's a question on how can I enter the coming meetings on. So if you go on Ruad's website, you will find the full agenda, Mr. Nasser, and you can register for the various events which are happening throughout this week. So please do visit the Ruad website, which we can share with all of you as well after this session. You will find the full agenda of events happening throughout this week. Most of these sessions are recorded, so you will get an opportunity to listen and watch these later on as well. Perfect. Thank you guys so much for joining in today. Wish you all the best. Again, please do reach out to us, to the team, if you're interested in partnering up. If you have any questions, we are always here. And I look forward to seeing you in other sessions throughout the week. Thank you so much.